gentleman by the name of Adam Mortaro. A lot of folks can't watch the broadcast live. Even sometimes we don't know when it's going to go live, folks, you know. Anyway, he said, hi, David. Could you explain a little bit about how you ended up in a management role, who you first worked with, and how you got the momentum of further acts wanting to work with you? P.S. Massive Deftone fans and all things Velvet Hammer. Signed, Adam Mortaro.
Adam, love the love, man. You know what? It happened very organically. A friend of mine had called me up one day and said, you need to come into this rehearsal space and see this band. A friend of mine, Zen Lang, back in the day said that, and so I showed up with him and went into North Hollywood and walked into a place and saw these 4 musicians playing hard rock, and it was System of a Down. And what I saw was so stimulating. You know, it was heavy, it was ethnic, it was left of center, it was powerful, but most importantly, it was real. It was very real. And I literally was so floored by what I saw, I just started coming back. I just started hanging out with the band and coming back and showing up and just doing things. I didn't really have an agenda other than when I saw it, I'd leave, get inspired, come back and say, what about this? What about this? And I just started to manage the band de facto, and it worked. It worked for them, it worked for me. Shavo, the bass player of the band, was originally he was handling all the business aspects.
Band.
And as it started to grow, I just took over and sort of in a fashion of being aggressive, took it over and grew it, and it worked for them, and I showed results, and they gave me the ball, and I ran with it. And so, been with them from the start, and I think that their success and my success came up together, and other bands saw what we were doing, and I take a much more cultural approach, I think, than some managers.
Yeah.
My bands, I like to look at my bands as brands, and if you look at the roster from Cypress to System to Alice, Deftones, AFI, in their verticals, each band is super important. And that's what I like. I want timeless bands, so that's how that happens.
Well, it's funny to hear you say that, and then we're going to go to this, our little management around that. You had a company called Streetwise Marketing.
Yeah.
And I think you've since, you still doing the Streetwise Marketing?
Well, I have the company, but I'm really focused on management at this
And the reason I bring that up, folks, is because Dave was one of the first guys out there that really understood the impact that you could have by, I'm going to say, putting your fans or putting the people on ground zero on the team and getting them working, And that kind of mentality that you developed back then has now come full-flowered with the internet, because now you can do it in great ways.
Right.
But it's funny how, and doing this show now, I've known you for 16, 17 years. I don't know why I never knew that the first band you managed was the home run. That's unbelievable. It took me I think Incubus is my 11th management client.